I'm going to do a reading about love and romance. I'm not talking about self-love. I got that. I'm talking about a man. I'm talking about my life partner. Not just any man, my life partner. Because I desire to know something about him. So I am going to do a reading, and I'm using the John Holland Psychic Tarot, and I'm doing a simple one-card reading. So the question is, what's the one, whatever, what do I need to do? I'm getting all silly because it's love. And it's him. And I think I can feel him in my field. I gotta be really honest. This kind of thing I have going on inside is really nice. I've got this unbelievable, I'm gonna show you my cleavage. I've got this unbelievable cleavage thing working. I'm not showing you my cleavage. But it's true. I've got this thing that's happening, oh, Venus is in Aquarius. Okay, that totally makes sense. No wonder I feel divinely feminine. Okay, so let's check in while I've got Venus here. I think I've got her here until April 5th. So yeah, man, I need to get myself out and circulating. So yes, whatever insight you can offer me about my perfect partner. And I have Rest and Rejuvenate, and it's a number 4. This card implies that a period of rest, meditation, rejuvenation, and recuperation is in order. Woo-hoo-hoo. It says it usually comes forward when you're encountering or coming out of a particularly emotional or mentally taxing experience. You think all that purging I did, my mom's passing and the releasing of all that crap, the shedding, all that shadow work that I've done for the last 4 months. You think that might be what they're talking about here? Okay, it says the number 4 in numerology means foundation, so this is a time to heal, be with your soul, and to continue moving steadily forward. Allowing space just for your reflection is both needed and long overdue. Reposing and taking moments for yourself will give you the opportunity to look at a problem or situation instead of being in it. It's a chance to stand back, view your life with clarity and renewed appreciation, and see where changes can be made to create a healthier and stronger foundation, enabling you to take your next step. So, as a reader, the 4 of Swords is what that reminds me of. And I've said it before, we have this extended winter here in Montreal, and I'm here in this extended winter where, just the other day we had a foot of snow. I understand, I get it. I need to still not only rest, but I have to integrate all this wonderful information and knowledge that I've experienced. On Saturday, I was explaining to my Course in Miracles group that I had an ecstatic, joyful, blissful experience that, it was so much light entering into my heart and expanding through my body, and my whole field was just lit up like I was on fire. It was really wonderfully intense, like the most intense joy that I've ever experienced. And, physically, I couldn't even physically handle that amount of light coming into my body. And I understand why you got to be careful with this spiritual practice. You have to be clean, you have to be present. And I understand why I am not with a physical partner right now. I'm not with a physical partner right now because this body needs to harmonize with all of that wonderful energy and that I've created. Because as I did my shadow work every day, as I walked deep into the deepest, darkest parts of my soul, I found there just stuff. And I dealt with it. I did not look away from it. Some of the stuff I looked away from. Some of the stuff was like, I just cannot. And I said, let's deal with it later. And that I still get the opportunity to deal with in the future. But for the most part, I was simply just going in there excavating. And things that didn't serve me were shed and released. And so there was a lot of space for light. You sit down and you meditate every day and you do your shadow work every day. The universe is going to give you that spiritual liberation that you desire. You are going to receive an abundance of light. You are going to live the ecstatic life, where life is orgasmic. That's what you're going to experience. The thing is, are you ready for it? Are you able to handle all that joy? You think, oh yeah, I want joy. I really want joy. Let me tell you something. In this physical body, that much light and joy is overwhelming. You lose your mind. You go into a state of total mindlessness. You look around and all you see is love, light, joy, and peace. And all of a sudden, you're moving in this thing and your body is vibrating. The room is swirling. And let me tell you something. It was highly pleasurable. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. But the next day, oh my God, my ego was like, fuck you. No way. Never again. And I went into a mode. I went on a binge eating, a binge wallowing. It was the weirdest thing. As intense as that light experience was for me on Saturday, on Sunday, I was blessed with my ego in its highest form. It was like, I ate a whole cake. I ate a whole cake and then I went down and I lay in my bed and I watched 3 movies. That's how I rolled yesterday. And the thing is, because I know who I am, I allowed myself to do that and I was enjoying it. That's the whole thing. When you start understanding who you are, you can be present with yourself in your deepest, darkest moments and you hold space for yourself. You nurture yourself and you love yourself and you give yourself light and you give yourself energy and you don't even have to forgive yourself. Even though last night in my dream, over and over again, the Ho'oponopono song was playing over and over and over again. That was in the dream last night. Interesting, right? But when you're holding space for yourself, when you know who you are, you don't have to forgive yourself because you know that there's nothing to forgive. When you know who you are, you know that you are not your ego and you are not your ego's drama. So when your ego says, yes, but you ate all that food and you know that it wasn't right, it didn't feel good, your stomach hurt, what about all the self-mutilation and all the darkness? And you say, yeah, but that's not me. That's me having an experience of that stuff. That's me getting the opportunity to live out the life on like that you see on a movie screen, like to actually live and to experience life. Yeah, it was painful to put all that food in. But yeah, and it was crazy to like enjoy it. It's crazy, man. But at the same time, it was like, all right, I'm going to go in there now. I'm going to lie down and I'm going to fall asleep when I fall asleep. And in the morning, I'm going to get up. I'm not going to project about how I want to feel tomorrow. I'm just going to get up and feel the way I feel. And you know what? I woke up this morning back in that ecstatic feeling, knowing who the fuck I am and loving every single moment of it. So today when I got ready to ask the cards, like what's up with me and a romantic partner, the response to rest and rejuvenate makes perfectly good sense because, like I said, when you receive that much light energy in and you release that much darkness, you're a little bit wobbly. Body is still figuring out stuff. So you gotta allow the energies to integrate. And you have to allow the darkness to disintegrate, Like the light coming in, you've made all this space for it in your heart. Your heart is open, your heart is full. You're not accustomed to living with I'm not. I'm not accustomed to living with an open heart that's constantly just all about, this love energy. This is new for me. I'm accustomed to having the heart that's shut down because I'm a thinker and I've got to make things happen. I have to run my business this way and I have to do this and I have, a budget that I live by and I have a very regimented, organized life. I have to be here at a certain time. I have to be there at a certain time. And this is how I roll. So taking the information that's being given to me from Spirit and allowing it to assimilate and allowing my beloved ego that served me, all these years, allowing my ego to be put in perspective gently, not going to beat up my ego, but allowing it to be put into perspective gently. This is all new. I have to learn. So, yes, it's probably a good thing that I rest, rejuvenate, and integrate right now so that, when I meet that man who has walked a similar path to mine, not with the same issues and circumstances. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my partner who's vibrating at the same frequency that I am. So this open heart right here that's radiating so much light is only going to attract a man whose open heart is able to meet me, right? That's the partner that I'm calling in. I'm not calling in a partner whose heart is shut down because, let me tell you something, I'm not feeling like being the mother in my partnership. Done that already, did that for a number of years, over it. Right now, I'm looking for that partner who is me. Not me in the narcissistic way, but me, like who's in touch with his higher self, who's working through, through his light, who's God in form and knows it, and knows his power. Yeah. So I'm resting. I'm going to go put my feet up and have myself some grapefruit juice and some water, because that's what actually sounds really good to me right now. And yeah, so that's my love reading for today. All right, looking forward to our next opportunity to chat, my friends. Namaste.